Hello and welcome to episode 52 of Salt Place Sunless Sea. I'm in Mutton Island. I realized that it's highly likely that y'all clicked off my last video because it was just a bunch of times running Sphinxstone to London and back, and it was getting long, and I'm going to go down to the Grand Geode, and it's going to get even longer, so I really need to stop the episode. So, just so you know, if you didn't watch the last episode, the last 5 or 10 minutes are things that are not just going to the Salt Lions and back. And I'm here now in Mutton Island. There's been a Drowning Festival, and now the island is deserted. I have some chances to explore things, so I'm going to read this again, even though by my perception I read this 30 seconds ago. After the festival, Mutton Island rests silently under the false stars. No smoke rises from the chimneys. No feet tread the streets. No ruddy-cheeked locals trade rustic aphorisms on the jetty. What has happened? Explore the shore. What's that on the beach? Laces and soles. Shoes litter the length of the shore and bob in the sighing surf. Sunday best boots, solid farmer's shoes studded with hobnails, small neat children's shoes with gleaming buckles. Wherever the habitants went, they went barefoot. Investigate the cock and magpie. It was the heart of this village once. Drunk dry. Most of the brasses still hang on the beams, but now they are joined by an incongruous studding of barnacles. Behind the bar, the floor is littered with empty bottles. You test the beer kegs, also empty. The cellar is flooded with 3 feet of Z-water. Drowned rats float slowly across the surface. Investigate the hill. A hunched shape looms on the hilltop. The effigy. The hill is strewn with dead fish. Silvery scales shine under your lamp. Glassy eyes glint. You come across the old stone well and peer in. The water is high. A salt reek rises from it. On the hilltop, a wicker figure stands. When it was built, it must have been 10 feet high. Now it is slumped and sagging. The papier-mâché of its skin has sloughed away, but it still wears a knobbly crown of coral. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of this and then do that. Explore the village. You wander through the empty, winding streets. Seaweed hangs from windowsills. Thatches are sodden. Drenched bunting hangs limply from the eaves. No one's home. You check house after house and don't find a soul. The carpet squelch underfoot, oozing Z-water. The curtains drip. No valuables have been left behind. No jewelry, no heirlooms. But there is still cutlery in the drawers, plates and bowls stacked in the damp, stinking cupboards. Something rattles in a coal scuttle. You tip it over and a crab crawls out. It peers around, clearly lost. Entertain your crew's terrified speculations. Each of them has a theory about what happened on the island. Unlikely tales. A sprightly deckhand blames Storm. He's always gustin' and blusterin' round here. The islanders must have angered him. A craggy crewman shakes his head. No, it were that well of theirs. There was something waiting in the bottom of it, and it finally climbed out. Psh, offers a solemn stoker. Mark my words. This is the work of the Fathom King, and his complexity only takes what's offered. I am going to go with the solemn stoker. I also think that it was the Fathom King. Let's compose a port report, brief though it might be. Still here, still sodden, empty as a politician's promises. R.I.P. Really, living on Mutton Island seems like a bad gig. Don't do it, guys. this character hasn't been to the Cumaean Canal yet. Interesting. Cumaean Canal staging area. Here, the dark waters run down from the surface, from a brighter sea. We'll listen for some surface gossip. A sorry end. A card game ends badly when one surface sailor knifes another for all the usual reasons. The other players scrabble for the coins that spill from her pockets, but you snatch up a scrap of paper that they overlook. Curious markings, dates, times, code names. Spies work? And we'll get a port report. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all the Untersee, it's here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. I'm sorry, my throat just made a weird noise. Okay. Hopefully in the Iron Republic, I can purchase a bunch of fuel. I'll fight this Gilliflower. I'm sure it won't be problematic for me at all. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ah. Oh, I need more supplies too. Okay. Gilliflower's end. Scoop it up. Perhaps. Or wait. The Gilliflower. Is it a young jellyfish? A lesser subspecies? Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? In any case, now it's a sad slick of goo dissolving to the Z. I'm going to scoop it up. Perhaps you can eat it. Better yet, perhaps your sailors can. A barrel of former jellyfish. It will wait in the hold like a cup of dissolved moon. One day, you will eat it, or perhaps it will eat you. Delicious. I haven't read my notes at all because I don't think they're relevant to this episode. Like, my goals here are just to get to the place. Oh, I got a secret from that. I'm gonna hope that I can get all the way to the Iron Republic on this thing, but maybe I can't. Keeping a careful, watchful eye. Oh yeah, this is fine. Okay, Iron Republic. Hell's client state. Be wary. Their laws are not the laws of man or nature. I'm going to buy 10 fuel. I'll compile a port report, but I think that's all I'm going to do here. Come on. I don't really want to fight this right now. I really don't want to fight this right now. Please leave me alone. Oh my god. Yay, thank you. Come on, you're leaving me alone. You are leaving me alone. There you go. Good job leaving me alone. I think if I go this way around Castle Clare. Come on. I said leave me alone. I can't tell if it's showing up, but the thing's lights keep appearing up here. And you too? Another secret. Baller. Grand Geode, a distant song like a mirage. A naval base with the Royal Navy's emblems, curiously amended. Efficient, bright-eyed women and men work briskly everywhere you look. They are singing hymns with unfamiliar words. Hard-faced Royal Marines watch you carefully, barring entry into the geode's heart. A plaque by the docks has been defaced with orange paint, but you can still make out the original inscription. Station 5, Adjunct. I'm going to start by increasing some stats. I think that will start with iron. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's compile a port report. The Marines are watching. And then deliver the Sphinx Stone. The bright-eyed sequencer sent you here. Another equally bright-eyed quartermaster awaits you and your stones. The stones! Marvelous! The bazaar is the enemy of our light. It is the enemy of anyone with eyes, too. Nasty, greedy, tentacled thing. Well, our light will sort it out. You'll see. Because you have eyes, and wonderful eyes they are, too, if I might say so. The stone of yours will help, and we reward those who help us. Here, a bundle of banknotes. Here, a monograph on perception, and here. She leans forward and kisses you once on each eyelid. As she draws back, the world is changed. You always knew the Neath was a place where the laws of the sunlit world did not apply, but now somehow you can see it. Is this chaos or freedom? The quartermaster directs her laborers to pick up the stone. The Z is quiet. The geode glows like a lamp. Interesting. All right, let's ask to speak with someone in authority. What is this place? A blank space in your memory. You saw the Commodore, and then there was something right. You discussed matters of importance. You're certain of it. Teasing clues linger in your memory. A sailor asked to stay behind, and you permitted it because it'll all come clear later, probably. So I could get an element of dawn. I don't know what that does yet. And ask the Commodore for a defense against sunlight for Estival, which needs Dawn's Law. That objective, vital intelligence, a bunch of crew, a bunch of supplies, the figurehead of the Eater of Names, and a dread surmise. Interesting. Okay, no shops available here. Cool. Okay, let's pressed E too many times. Head back north with a completely empty hold. Luckily, this means that I can buy a bunch of fuel, especially with, 8,000 echo, or whatever it is I have now. I might, spend 1,000 echo on fuel. Oh, the crawling stars. The lookout shouts. Far above, the false stars in the cavern roof are shifting. A rare and ominous event. What now? Let's record the change and assign a name. If the new shape seems well omened, your crew may be cheered. Who knows? A darkness. 3 of the false stars wink out all together as suddenly as closed eyes. The pattern that remains is as hopeless and meaningless as cast dice. Somewhere, a sailor begins to sob. Great. I have been sitting in this chair for far too... There's 2 of them. That is pretty funny, though. I forgot that after you get the ship, 2 of things start spawning. I guess they have to keep the Z scary. Actually, I don't need to bother to keep that on. Okay, Iron Republic. Hell's client state. Be wary. Their laws are not the laws of man or nature. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know that that's probably too many, but oh well. I'll also grab the Irrepressible Cannoneer. Let's see what my stats are like. Okay, so you go Mirrors 3 and Pages 2. You go Hearts 1. You know what? I'm going to assign you. Iron 6. Iron 3, Veils 6. Engine power 100. Veils 8. Fuel efficiency 5. I'm still pretty sure that this one's better for me. Mirrors 2. Hearts 4. Pages 2. Hearts 6. Pages 3. So that's a total of plus 9. That's a total of plus 8. Okay. First officers, Mirror 6, Pages 3, plus 9. Mirror 6, Veils 3. More interested in Veils personally. Gunnery officers, Iron 8. Iron 6, Veils 3. I'll keep them all as they are now. Okay. Actually, I can keep my light on just fine. I knew I bought a lot of fuel. I was thinking 50 fuel. I don't know why my brain went, yeah, do it 10 times to get 50 fuel, but it sure fucking did think that. Let's go out to the other room, actually, to get home. No reason to retread places we've already been. Oh wait, right, I'm starving. That's a reason to retread places we've already been. Make it as quick as we can. Oh, we might have to resort to some more cannibalism, you guys. I'm curious why this is displaying wrong. I'm not gonna chase this thing. I need to get back to London to get more supplies. Like, you can see this, right? It's like the medallion is missing. It's just the glow. Like, layers are happening incorrectly or something. That was such a silly amount of fuel to buy. I'll deal with it next episode. Once I get into London, I am done recording for now. I've been sitting down for way too long. Blood on the wind indeed, with no supplies. Luckily, we're right here. Yeah, nothing to hide. Breath of relief. Collect messages from the harbor master. Okay. So let's... Okay, I want to buy a better engine. Then sell the one that I have, which I believe is this guy. And then I want to go to this guy, submit some port reports. I'll deliver my great game stuff here. I don't see a point to hanging out with my family right now. I don't need it. I will... Ooh, I have two options. I don't remember if I've ever actually engaged the genial magician. I'll do that. Okay. Let's see, the genial magician, a chief engineer, interesting. Mirrors +3, veils +6, and hearts -1. I don't really want to do that. I really like my veils +8 and my fuel efficiency +5. Let's buy some supplies and talk to this guy. Speak to the magician. He's a good engineer despite that missing hand, but sailors fall silent when he passes. So we can ask bluntly about his hook, ask how a magician came to be an engineer, or increase veils. What stat needs increased most? Veils or iron? So I will increase veils. What is this? Dispel the darkness. He was mentioned before he was in the theater. Could he arrange a diversion to improve morale? His eyes are opaque. Yes, he acknowledges, but I will require some very particular materials. Don't ask why. 5, 2, 1, 1. Interesting. So this is probably a reduced terror move. Okay. Let's start with ask how a magician came to be an engineer after a meal of salt pork and a glass of good Greyfields. A drained glass. He gestures carefully with his hook. It makes card tricks difficult, but we know about mechanisms, we magicians. My specialty was mirrors, but there were principles in common. It was a good start, and I found that I needed to go to Z. Why? Because, citizen, someone owes me a hand. Once a friend, now an enemy. I am looking for a weapon to use against them. If once we find it, I may have a favor to ask you. A serpent image to continue the genial magician's story, often in Iram and rarely in Venderbite and other places. Interesting. Okay. Iram and Venderbite. Okay. Do we want to talk to any of my other officers? No. No. Sure. Invite him to dine with you. His tastes are Spartan. He eats little, drinks only water, barely sleeps at all, so you need only lay a simple table. An appeal. Things for the meal and the company. No, no wine. It makes me sleepy. Oh, yes, I can sleep. Too easily. That's the problem. He hesitates. There's a draught I take nightly to substitute for sleep. It works well enough and it keeps me sane and upright, but I wish I could enjoy just one night's sleep. If you could help me, we need a clay man from Polythreme. We'll need a mirror catch box, and we need to go to Hunter's Keep. I'll explain when we get there. No, I'm serious. I would owe you a great deal. Do I have a mirror catch box right now? I do. Okay, so what the fuck is his name? The chief and the mechanic needs the clay man. Alright, this Presbyterian adventuress. I need coffee to talk to her. Okay. Ooh. Your Blummigan Gallivanter. It has made its home on a shelf of your cabin. It has built a nest from loose journal pages, the engineer's scarf, and a possibly pilfered map. Entertain your Blummigan. You can see the indentation of a porthole on the rim of its cap. It must have been pressing its face to the windows again. Is it bored? A vivid imagination. You pull out your second-best chart and several pens. The Blummigan squeaks and bounces over, appending an ink pot in its excitement. You are ignored for several hours. When you return, to find it on your pillow, snoring quietly, your map has 3 new islands, a note reading simply, "Here are lions," and a drawing of, well, it looks a lot more like a vast spider than a lion. Thank goodness there's nothing like that at sea. Excuse me. Let's speak to the clattery air. Oh yeah, I need things to talk to her. I guess I could get a live specimen. I have the money for that. Mr. Iron? Truly? Find her during an operation. Does the blood of London's cowled masters really run through her veins? Twisted smile. You sit with her in a surgery lined with bottles of preserved and pickled body parts. I can't offer you proof, she says. The only strange tongue I speak is my mother's, which is ancient but human. Blades can cut me. I'm not immune to fire, though perhaps the masters are not either. But I have not met anyone who shares my particular skills. And I know my mother. I cannot see her in any ordinary liaison with an ordinary man, much less a husband. She was in her 3rd millennium when she bore me. Let's explore her surgery. On her shelf, she keeps things preserved in alcohol or packed in oil, things she cut from patients. These are souvenirs, she says. Here's a patch of skin from the palm of a woman's hand. I took it from her in order to cure her of the urge to adultery. Now she wears gloves, but she's kept her marriage. There's more difficult work I could be doing. She's playing her blade between her fingers. Did you know my mother operated on the bazaar itself? She cut away its cladent lobe so that it would be at peace and did not have to wander on and on. But the operation changed her. She got some of the ichor on her skin. Alright. We need some clattery souvenirs for that, but we'll tell her about her father this time around. She should know the truth. A skeptical expression. Did he offer proof? Did he look familiar? Did he know secrets about her mother that no one else could have known? Did you even see his face under all those bandages? Did you even hear his real voice? He could have been anyone. He could have been looking for the Clattery heir's inheritance and using you to find out more. Then she avoids you for a day or two, which is not easy at Z. Interesting. Okay, let's talk to the other ones. I mean, for her, it's just the thing. For him, you need a strange catch. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's speak to the Carnelian exile. She has the discomfiting, even irritating habit of answering your questions just before you finish speaking. I'm not sure how common a searing enigma is, so I'm going to do the first question and just be forward and rude about it. Invite her to dine with you and ask her to remove her glasses. You'll need to tempt her with the very finest gossip of the Z. Eyes unconcealed. She removes her glasses, folds them neatly, and places them on the table, then meets your eyes. Her own eyes are marvelously bright. The irises are amber. The whites seem to be flecked with gold. Yes, she says, I've been touched by the Dawn Machine. I believe you already knew that, or you wouldn't have asked me to remove my spectacles. I might be wrong. In either case, nothing has changed, now that you know. We will still be wary of each other. She taps her thumb against her index finger. I am always the same, do you see? I do not change. I proceed on the same path I always have. I am only one choice, and I will be content only when I have no choice at all. Now, let's eat and talk. You promised me something special, and I will give you what little I can in return. Okay. Protest, the journey is the destination. Accept what she says, throw her out of your cabin, or ask her. Okay. Each choice you make in future will depend on this one. The ship goes where the captain sails, and where the captain chooses to sail depends on where you've been. Accept what she says. She's right. If nothing has changed in response to your choice, then your choice is that of a pawn that chooses to move forward, or throw her out of your cabin. For God's sake, all you wanted was a meal and a chat, and she's doing philosophy on you. I think I'm going to protest. The journey is the destination. Narrowed eyes. Perhaps, she says. Perhaps our choices determine our heading. But at last, when the lamps go dark, there is only one direction. One day, we'll go there together. She won't be drawn further. She picks up her knife and fork. Between mouthfuls, she tells you something of the starved men and their wars on the roof, the arts of flesh-shaping that they practiced and debated. I enjoyed this, she adds at the end of the meal. We should do it again, when you're ready to talk about salt. I'm always ready to talk about myself. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I know. Interesting. So I need Salt's attention. And I have another secret. This one is going to go to increasing my iron, which is the Presbyterian Adventurous. I keep expecting this to hurt me, and it keeps not. I think with that, I'm going to be done with this episode. So thank you very much for watching this, the 50-second episode of Salt Plays Sunless Sea. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.